Tonight, a special screening of the award-winning documentary Black in the Newsroom will be held at San Diego State University. The film tackles the tough topic of racism in the media by highlighting the story of one journalist's experience after landing what she called her dream job. A panel discussion will follow tonight's viewing, hosted by our own Keristen Holmes. Joining us now with two of the film's producers, Alicia and Collette Watson, with more on why telling these stories is so important. Keristen.
Thank you for that, Heather. Okay, so you just heard Heather mention it. Telling these stories is so important. I want to introduce you to my friends Alicia and Collette. Thank you guys so much for joining us. These are the producers of Black in the Media. So let's dive right in. What is Black in the Media? What is this documentary about, and what should people expect when they're watching it?
Well, Black in the Newsroom is about Elizabeth Montgomery, who is actually a friend to both of us, and a veteran journalist. Well, I don't know if I think about 15 years. If that's veteran, then that means I'm ancient. But anywho, it's about her journey through, being in a major newsroom, some of her struggles there, and how that relates to the overall issue of systemic media harm.
Okay, so what is the importance of local news? We're kind of under fire right now as journalists all across the country. What is the importance of local news as it relates to the Black community?
I mean, local news is how we should be able to get information, from information about our governments, information about potholes, information about weather, about sports, any of those things, right? It's also a way that we share stories, because there's no way we can meet every single person in our city and in our communities. But if we're sharing stories through local news and through media, then we can get to know our community and understand kind of how we're situated and where we are and who our folks are, so that we can move better, we can know how to get food for our families, how to get work for our folks, and just how to be a good citizen.
Exactly, it's information. Absolutely. All right, so now that you've said that, what happens when Black voices are not included, or they're even excluded in the newsroom? What happens then?
Well, and Alicia mentions this in the film, actually. When voices of color, or when the true diversity of the community is not reflected in the newsroom, then we're not getting the full truth of the community, of lived experience and perspective, of histories even in our area. And so it's really important to be able to have the true diversity, not only racial, but gender, folks of different backgrounds, trans folks, queer folks, everyone who is a part of our community should be represented in our local newsrooms.
All right, you said it. Brings us right to the next question. I think we already know the answer, but let's drive it home for our viewers. Why is a diverse newsroom so important? We hear this a lot. We see it happening on our TV screens in front of us, but why?
Well, as Collette was saying, there's the piece around information, there's the piece around storytelling, but there's this other piece around how we move in our communities, right? So having Black folks in newsrooms is an issue of workforce development. It's an issue of economic development. It's an issue of who are the people who are representing our city and representing our community and speaking on our behalf and speaking to us? Who are the folks who are in communities and know even what questions to ask? Because not everybody's going to know to ask the same questions.
Exactly.
And not everyone's going to get the same answers. And so it's so important that we have Black folks in our newsrooms, that we have a diverse array of community, intersectional community, so that we have strong local economies.
Exactly.
We have strong local information networks. And we have strong communities, period. That's how we build community power.
That's how we build community power. Okay, so it starts tonight with the documentary premiere. Let's put that information on the screen. So in case our viewers want to join us, it's tonight from 6:30 to 8:30 at SDSU.
That's right.
What do people need to know about finding this documentary after the premiere? Where do they go to get more information?
Well, I want to give a quick shout out to National Association of Black Journalists at SDSU and Greater San Diego, who is partnering with us tonight. You can get in touch with them or visit blackinthenewsroom.com.
That's where we'll find it, blackinthenewsroom.com. Thank you, ladies, so much for joining us, and thank you for this important conversation. I can't wait for tonight.
Thanks.